Well, hello there, I'm the Ranger, and today I want to talk about an important item that you really need when you're going camping. Backpacking, or bushcrafting, or hiking, or anything to do with trails. This is the most important tool you need ever. I do believe this is the most important tool you need. It's common sense. Alright, see you in a few seconds. Well, hello there, I'm the Ranger, and don't forget, I'm a fictional character for this channel. So, anything I say can be fictional in your mind. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm going to show you some items that you will never get lost if you use it correctly in a trail. All right, this is a course of basically I'm going to teach you how to bring certain items so you won't get lost when you go out pooping. The statistics of people who hike, backpacking, or going from one point to another point, going through trails, get lost. There's 800 people who get lost a year in the United States, and about 80 of them will never return because their common knowledge and common sense of trail mastery should be a must in everybody who does this type of stuff. If you're an adventurer, you like to go out in the woods, or you are a adventurer, a backpacker, you're a bushcrafter and you like to take trails and walk through the woods to go to your spots where you want to go camping, this course should help you keep you from getting lost in a known trail. Are you finished, dog? So I want to teach you some stuff today, what to bring with you when you're going out in the middle of the woods, or you're backpacking, or you're doing this type of activity. So but a lot of people follow these trails and they say, well, I want to go visit that waterfalls in the middle of the woods somewhere is over here. We're going to go find it. Now, that's an adventure, and I do not recommend you going adventuring without some type of knowledge of how to get back to your starting point. All right, I got to loosen this dog. This dog is bugging me. So, I'm going to teach you some common knowledge and common sense to use when you're walking through trails to keep you from getting lost when you go do your business, or you're looking for that waterfall that's in the middle of the woods. All right, we're going to go up some more because I don't want to be around people because I'm letting my dog loose. So you're venturing through a trail and you're ready to stop to go use the restroom. And a lot of people get lost by doing this one task, going to use the bathroom. They usually get lost. They get turned around and they get lost and they can't be found again. But 3 years ago, there was a lady who did the same thing, who wanted to use the restroom. She got turned around, and 2 years later, they found her body, her remains of her camp. She had all kinds of stuff written in her little journal and books that she had brought with her to write in. Talk about how her food is going down. And so basically, if you have the proper gear, you should be able to live for a few days. But I'm teaching you how to navigate through the woods when you want to go poop, or you want to find that hidden waterfall. So we'll take this trail here, and I'm going to stop, and I'm going to say, well, I got to use the number 2 or number 1. So I'm going to stop and venture into the woods and show you some things that you can bring with you so you won't get lost. Most people don't mind or don't care where they use the bathroom at. They can go right there by that tree. They don't care. But some people want that privacy. I want to go back there. I want to get away from people. I don't want no one to see me do my business because it's intimate or private. Or so what you want to do, I want to show you some samples. All right, this is almost a hidden trail. I see it goes further in, so we're going to take this trail and we're going to make a new trail without getting into the spiders. See, there's a trail here. All right, learning paths. A couple things a trail mastery should learn is how to navigate through trails, how to find trails, what to look for in trails. Over the years, I know this is a path and it goes to, hey, it goes to another trail. That's cool. I went to another trail. And I think this goes in a big circle. But now I want to go out and use the bathroom. There's another little hidden trail here. So we're going to use the restroom, but we're going to make sure we don't get lost when we doing number 2. So I'm going to show you my backpack of what the gear you should bring. You don't have to bring every one of them. Bring at least 1 or 2 and learn some navigation of trails. How to use the trails, what's in the trails, use maps, and so forth. All right, let's begin. Not enough talking, too much chatting. We need to get to business. All right, I gotta use the restroom. And what things I can do to keep myself from getting lost in this trail. All right, I said this like 100 times. All right, here's one of them. Okay, also, sense of direction. Always know where you came from. Remember which way is what. That way's back to my car. That way where I came from. And this path is new. It's called the bike route. I'm just going to walk through known paths. This is basically what I'm trying to teach you is people get lost on known paths. When they go off and go do number 2, number 1, they want privacy. So I'm trying to find a nice, beautiful spot to do this. And while you waiting for me to find a spot, you're going to enjoy the woods while we walk through it. Now you can get turned around quick if you don't know which way. See, there's a trail here. Looks like a 4-wheeler trail. And it goes so far into the woods. Alright, I need to find a tree so I can tie my camera up so we can go on with this course. I had a nice spot back there, but I want to go further. I want to go deep. Knowing paths, knowing trails, knowing your location, Google. I recommend to Google all the areas you're going to go. First thing you should do is Google. If you got a printer, print the map up, find where you're going, how long you're going, and leave paper in your vehicle explaining where you're going, how long you're going to be. If I'm not back, come look for me. That's a couple of hints you need to remember. Alright, I'm still looking for a nice spot to start this. Look, another trail that leads into another trail. This is good. Well, we're going to take this trail because that's where the hidden waterfall is. Even though there's no hidden waterfall, there's another trail. So looks like this one goes like that, and the bike trail keeps going. And this is called the Eagle Fire Line Trail. It's more narrower. We get into a spot where we can start our class. It's basically, you want to go poop and you want to go into the woods, but you don't want to get lost when you go into the woods. See, do you think there's another trail out that way? All right, maybe not. Maybe you will find another trail out that way, but you might not find another trail. So you want to do number 2. Okay, let's start this class right here. Well, I'm the ranger, and I want to show you some items that you might want to take with you when you go out in the woods and you don't want to get lost in a known trail. Here's some items that I believe you need to bring to become more of a trail master. A trail master is a person who knows how to navigate and use trails to their advantage to get in and out of their situation from point A to point B. And I'm ready to show you some items that's in this bag that you might need or want to bring with you when you go backpacking, hiking, or camping, or going out in the woods to do bushcrafting. This is the most important skill you should learn in the beginning of any type of activity out in the woods. Not worry about how to start a fire, but not to keep yourself from getting lost. Shut up, dirt. Sorry about that. All right, now you want to go out and poop, and you don't want to get lost. So I recommend one of these. What you want to do is tie it to a tree. Now, if you tie it to a tree, I can go about 100 feet into the woods, use the bathroom, and come back safely. I know I'm coming back. I'm not going to get turned around because I'm going to follow. All right, now I tied it to a tree. Now I'm going out into the woods and do my business. Now, after I did my business, I followed the string back to my trail. I could have went 100 feet in there with this or more. After I went into and did my business, I got back to the trail safely. Now I'm ready to continue on my path to point A to point Z, or whatever I'm going, point A to B or C or D. Another item that you could take with you into the woods and you won't lose your path is a GPS. Now they got the most expensive GPS, was about 300 bucks, or you get the cheap one for about 200 and something bucks. And it shows you detailed map of everywhere you go and can bring you back to the trail, because you can push start, go into the woods, push the button, come back to the same spot you have started at. So get you a good GPS. Can also help you navigate through trails. And if I'm not right or not mistaken, some GPS even have trails of known trails. Here's another item that you maybe never think about, but it's also good for 2 uses or 3 uses if you really want to look at it. One use is you tie this to the tree facing the way you're going, and make sure it's high, and this will blink. It also deters animals. When you get to your camp, you go ready to camp, you can't go no further, the sun's going down, you're ready to go to sleep or get your camp going, put a couple of these around your camp. Now keep animals out of your camp. Try it. And also, if you got a partner with you, you can put this on your hat. They can see one another from a far distance. So there's multiple uses for this little device that you buy for your bike. Now, some parks do not want you to leave flagging on their trees. So I recommend get you a couple of clothespins, or just tie it temporarily around a tree when you're going out in the woods. If you're going 100 feet, tie a couple of these, or just pin it onto a tree branch so you can see it to get back to your main course or your main trail. So that's all you have to do, is put a couple of these on, or a branch or a leaf, and you bring it back to your camp. A spool of this only costs about $2, and you can make a dozen of these. They're light. You just clip them onto your hat when you're ready to go. Just reach in your bag, pull about 5 of these, clip them to your hat or cap or your shirt. As you walk through the woods, clip it on items. Now you see where your main trail is, so you won't get lost when you're walking through the woods. Now, you can get these reflective tape pins. These work during the night and day, and these can be used during any park. These are allowed in any park because you can barely see them. There's a tack on the wall, and they'll help you get back where you need to be. So if I walk through the trail to go use the restroom, I could tag a few of these trees. Then I will find and walk right back where I came from and pull the pins and reuse them for the next round. So if I want to find that missing or hiding waterfall that's in this trail somewhere, I could do it with tacks. I'll just tack the trees as I go through the woods, flag it. I'm getting back to my main trail to get back home safe. Another thing you can bring in the woods, map and compass. Now you can buy the cheap maps, or you can go and get one of these good laminated maps that shows you everything, where you're going, where you're being, your location and everything with one of these maps. You can find one of the maps somewhere online. Just type in maps and location and what kind of map you want. You can get one of these good ones, and they weigh nothing. Now I know all the terrain. If you look at the terrain, you can see everything. I can tell you where I'm at, where I'm not at. So planning is the main key of everything. What you're going to bring with you to keep yourself from getting lost. Statistics says 800 people a year get lost in the woods, and 80 of them does not come back home. And some other things you can get is chalk or crayons, and you can mark the trees. But some people don't like you to damage or destroy the nature. So I showed you the other items that you could bring that you do not destroy nature. But if you have chalk or crayons, you can mark these trees to the bathroom. I'm just letting you know some things that you know, so you can use the restroom. But if you put the mark where you barely could see it and barely marked, but you know where it's at, it should be all right. Another thing you could do is take your knife and slice a little bit of bark off of a tree as you're going back to the woods. Now the tree should be all right and shouldn't hurt the tree that bad, as long as you don't put a big mark in it. But I've learned all kinds of different ways of doing this. And trail, when you're walking through the trail, there's always sticks in the woods. And I want to show you a quick idea you can do. What you do is take some sticks that's on the ground and start laying them towards you where you're going to go. Now, on my way back, I'll follow the sticks that I laid in a long path. You can also make arrows. If you're in a rocky area, you can pile rocks or make rock arrows out of rocks. And if all fails, this is the last resort. You can make breadcrumbs, but not use bread, but make breadcrumbs out of your gear. Just take a piece of gear and lay it on the ground as you walk into the woods. You got to have your gear, or that way you will walk right back. So walk back into the main path is a good idea to get you back home where you need to be. So that's the last resort, is taking your gear out of your bag and lay it as breadcrumbs. It's not recommended, but it's last resort and you have nothing else. Yeah. Now, a few other items that you can do is, if you're in a big area, you can see the stars, you can follow the star paths. But sometimes we in these woods, you can't follow the star path, or it's cloudy like it is today. You can't follow star paths. Remember which way you came from. Remember, sense direction is always a must. Let me say it. So this is, you know, I draw everything. If you had a marker lot, you can. If you had a marker lot, you can write on stone sticks. And another thing you could do is called the drag. I forgot. I wanted to show you this. That's why I put this paper with me so I can show you all. The drag is this. Now, I know you can almost see that. It's called the drag. I made the leaves get kicked up so it makes a path to where I was using the restroom at. That way I can get back to the main trail to get back where I need to go. This is the paperwork I did. Is I drew everything I can. If you also travel with a partner, Marco Polo is good to do. If you travel with a companion, Marco Polo, Marco Polo, Marco Polo. So you say Marco and he said Polo, and you know where your friend is in the trail. All right, sense of direction. Always know your sense of directions. That way is back to my car. That way is also to my car because I know the trail. But that's the way I'm going. I'm going that way in this trail. That way I just came from. Let's see, GPS, flagging, chalk, cutting a tree, also breaking the limbs. On your way in, you can break limbs. Now, some state park will get mad at you for doing that, but hey, would you like to spend billions of dollars trying to find me or break a few limbs? I don't know. The choice is theirs. Also, sense of the direction and sense of direction, and also learning trail markers. Know the markers. Some parks have markers. Some of them are high, some are low, some are reflector. So learn markers. If you go into a trail, learn what the markers mean, where they're going, the signs, sense of. I almost covered all the things that's on my piece of paper of direction of trail mastery. I think everybody should learn this if they're going in the woods. How to navigate through the woods, how to use the tools they have to make it from point A to point B or point A to point Z. Learn trail mastery. Learn it, because it will save your life. Starting a fire, of course, is going to keep you warm, but getting lost in to begin with shouldn't have been a problem, because you was going from point A to point B, a 1 hour trip. You should have made it to your rendezvous in 1 hour, because you planned to be from there to here in 1 hour. But you had to poop and you got lost. But a few of these items that I just showed you could keep you from getting off that main trail. The main trail is what you want to be on all the time. Unless you want to be adventurous. I'm not saying do not stop yourself, but be careful when you adventure. Hey, I'm going to find that hidden waterfall that's in these woods. All right, I'm the Ranger. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. They do help. See you next video. I hope this is very interesting and very important to all hikers, backpackers, you name it, adventurers of the woods. Just be careful when you're going out in the woods. Remember, 800 people go in the woods. 80 of them don't return because they don't know trail mastery, or they were found before they died out of the other 800 people who got out of it alive because they've been found. This is not how to be found. I just want y'all to know This course is not how to be found. It's not how to get lost. Getting lost is the main thing of this course. Showing you some items that keep you from getting lost. All right, see you on the next video. I hope y'all learn. Take care.